Hi, everybody. It's Chris, and you are watching a special interview that we're recording via Zoom meeting. Normally, I'd be in the studio, but as we know, things have changed a little bit in the Mount Washington Valley. We're going to talk about some of those changes. We're here with Genn and Anzaldi from Deli and the Valley Original Restaurants. Good morning, Genn. How are you?
Good morning, Chris. I'm great, thank you.
Thanks for joining us via this technology. It's probably not how we thought we would be doing this 2 months ago, but it's all about adaptation, I think. And Valley Original Restaurants, some of them have been able to adapt to these times. Tell me some of the things that the Valley Originals are doing in the wake of this pandemic and this emergency order by the governor.
Well, many of us are closed right now, unfortunately. They just couldn't sustain the takeout business, but several of us are open for takeout only, curbside, and delivery. So I would recommend if anybody would like to help a Valley Original, I have some ideas on that aspect, but to reach out to your local favorite to see what their options are currently right now for what they're doing. And it could change. Right. Some are closing more often, but the group has been amazing to work with.
The Valley Originals, for those who aren't aware, and I'm not sure who wouldn't be aware at this point, but a group of locally owned and operated restaurants throughout the Mount Washington Valley.
Yes. So we employ over 700 people. So this has really hit us hard as a group. And there are 25 of us currently. And we come together. It was an amazing group to come together. We donate back to the community over $300,000 a year. So us not being open is really having a trickle effect as far as the donations and the nonprofits in the Valley and individual people as well for us to be giving. If we're not making money, we're really looking at how we're going to make sure that we sustain those people that we commit to annually to donate to.
Right. I know the donations are in the hundreds of thousands every year that the Valley Originals donate to. And I know we were talking off camera about some people in the Valley who have even stepped up to try to support the Valley Originals. And in some ways, this is the time to give back to an organization that has given to us so much over the years.
I have been completely overwhelmed with the first few days of all of this happening and people closing. And I happen to help manage the Valley Originals as a whole. So kind of the epicenter of information sharing for the Valley Originals. So people were calling me to offer money to give to our employees and or services. And then Paul Kirsch, one person who did stand up in the community and thanked us and is trying to do a community outreach project for us on our behalf, which is just mind-boggling and overwhelming to say, how can the community help an organization that is always giving back? And it's just really heartwarming to be in this community during these times. Never been on this end of it where we're receiving or help in that way, and we're still trying to help other people. So it's just it's interesting. It's really touching.
Do you have any advice on ways to help? Is this a good time to buy gift cards? But some restaurants may have retail as part of what they do, distribution. Should you make extra effort to buy local?
So there is many ways, and I encourage anybody to do this with any local business, not necessarily the restaurant business or the Valley Originals, but any local business. I would contact or first go to their website and call them, whoever you want. Many of them are trying to reach out with options to provide discounts and whatnot and delivery, but just reach out to the local restaurant. You can certainly buy a gift certificate at this point in time. The best way to support a Valley Original restaurant is to call or go onto their individual website pages to see how you can buy a gift certificate to support them individually. The gift certificates that are given out and sold through the Valley Original website, those all raise money for our donations. So, which is great, but it's not helping individual restaurants at this time.
Right.
So it depends on your goal.
Speaking of individual restaurants are allowed if they want to stay open for takeout and delivery methods. Do you know which restaurants are still operating in that capacity?
There's several. I don't want to miss any. So there is a listing on the Jackson Chamber website, and the Conway Daily Sun has done an updated listing. We'll have one now on the Valley Original website. We were just, too many of us were changing too quickly
Yep.
to keep a valid list up. So again, I do recommend at any point you just call your local restaurant and see what their changes may be to hours, to delivery, to curbside pickup. It's just best to reach out to the individual restaurant of your choice.
Yep, that is the best way to do it. Call the restaurants in advance. We are trying to keep an updated list on our website as well, whitemountains.tv. But as we know, the information changes daily, if not hourly. So stay up to date with your restaurant in person or directly. J-Town Deli is a Valley Original. That's where you are right now. We're talking with Genn Anzaldi, who is from the Valley Originals and owner of the J-Town Deli in Jackson Village. What are you guys doing right now? What's your operation like? Are you doing takeout?
We are in the process we are doing takeout. We're open from 8 to 5 every day. We have meals to go, milk and groceries, as we've always had, eggs, bacon. We have sandwiches. We're just trying to accommodate people. We have a bigger pantry than most. So at this point, if people come in and want a cup of flour, here's a cup of flour as well. And then trying to make sure that, our experienced population in town here has everything that they need as well, so they don't have to go to Hannaford's or anywhere else, Shaw's or whoever they go to. They can stay home and still get good food and not be hangry at each other. So and mix it up a little. And we may have toilet paper. I don't know.
Really? One of the few. Extra reason to go to the J-Town Deli, get your essentials there. What's your take? You've had people come into the store. What's the vibe out there? Are people discouraged? Are they optimistic? Are they looking forward to the future? What's your take on this right now?
So we've seen quite a menagerie of people come through the door. There's some that are not working, which is unfortunate, and they're grasping and they're reorganizing their closets and doing all kinds of projects and starting up hobbies they haven't done in years, which is awesome.
Yep.
They're really striving to make sure that when they're hiking, that they're going to the obscure hikes and pushing their limits so that they're not doing the ones that everybody's doing. They're social distancing. But mostly people have been pretty positive about the situation. I think they're trying to get as much sunlight as they can. And a lot of people are doing these Zoom meetings and cocktail parties and seeing relatives. So, and reaching out to their neighbors. There's so many opportunities. The library has this bridge connection. The PD has a connection. The Valley Originals has connections. Everybody seems to be reaching out to those people that they feel might need help.
Yep.
So it's awesome.
If there's one great thing to come from all of this, it's how we've kind of come together as a community, neighbor helping neighbor. And at the center of that has always been the Valley Originals. So Genn, I want to thank you so much for doing what you do, and keep the faith. And we'll be talking to you soon, I'm sure. And I expect when this is all done, I feel like we're going to have this just huge worldwide celebration. It's probably going to actually come a little bit more gradually than this, giant party that I'm thinking of. But the Valley Originals will definitely be in the middle of that as well.
Absolutely. We are so looking forward to getting our guests back in-house and our employees back on staff. It just breaks our heart to see them not working. So,
all right. Take care.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Genn Anzaldi from the J-Town Deli and the Valley Originals. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy.